Good evening to one and all. Shadow Temple of Team Zeldathon and Pixel Perfect back with more Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. A game that we actually started, what was it? It was last week, Thursday, I suppose. So it's been a little bit since we played. So, I figure we'll do a little bit of an intro here. For those unaware, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, as the title might imply, is a combination between the classic DS favorite, or like cult classics, Professor Layton, which is a series of games involving a wonderful kind of Sherlockian professor and his loyal assistant Luke, who go around solving puzzles to defeat evil amongst the populace in lovely old England. And great time with them. On the other side, of course, we have Professor Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, alongside Maya, who are hanging out, solving crimes by being defense attorney and also simultaneously, determining murderers and things, which is not within the confines of a defense attorney, but that's beside the point. The whole thing is that, he goes up, he defends somebody in court, and he, asses his way through it until it works. And so, two separate groups, one in not Japan and one in definitely sort of England. And those groups are about to collide as Professor Layton is still doing, work in indeed England, whereas Phoenix is actually coming across the pond to do some sort of exchange program, just to kind of, check out how the law works in the UK. And we're actually, right when we left off, we were defending a girl by the name of Espella Cantabella, who she was accused of battery and theft, and we're trying to figure out how she got either of those things, which is a little weird. But we know Espella Cantabella, because right now we're playing as Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Before that, though, we were playing as Professor Layton, and we met Espella Cantabella, who was apparently being chased by witches. And she's like, I'm being chased by witches. They're like, ha ha ha, that's so weird. And, she's crazy, man. And then a witch fucking flies through the window, steals her, and then flies out of destroys half the wall in the process. And, we gotta go find her. So we run off, we go collect her on a bridge, and, the witches come, and they're all pissed. We're like, haha, we have fooled you, as we threw Espella down onto a passing ship. And he's like, well, if I can't have her, no one can. And then a big splash of light happens, and it looks like they get sucked into a book. And then we went over to Phoenix Wright, and now we're just doing some standard defense attorney stuff. So let's just go. I guess I need to hit this. I need to hit that. Make sure this actually works. Bam! It's actually showing up. That's nice to see. I just realized I did not check my. I didn't check my capture at all until just now, so glad to see that's working. That's not the right one, though. This is the right one. There we go. Okay, so I'm still using this one because I you know what I did the past 2 days? I did nothing all afternoon and late mornings, chores and voice work. Non-stop. I've done 30 auditions in the past 2 days for various voice gigs. And there's the phone. So, right before we get going, I need to go see who that is. 1 second. Give me a sec. Thank you for all the hosts, by the way. Well, give me a second. Asking for money. What else is new, right? Why have a landline in this present year? I have no idea. I don't even know why I pick it up. I should really just disconnect the phone in here so I don't even have to think about it. Because the 3/4 of the time, it's not for me. Actually, 98% of the time, it's not for me. I was surprised to get one call today in like the month that I've been back home. That was indeed for me. And even then, it was mostly just more spam calls. So that was fun. Anyway, so yeah, we could check out the mysteries, I suppose, see what's going on there. So, how's the audio? Is everything good on that? Are we all right? Is everything gonna be good? I think. God damn it! I think everything's gonna be all right. So we're joining Professor Layton to revisit some of the story's major mysteries. Touch a mystery to view it. A strangely dressed young girl suddenly appeared, asking Professor Layton for help. It would seem she's being pursued by someone or something. Then there's the town of Labyrinthia, which is crazy. The Book of Labyrinthia, portrayed within a book titled The Historia Labyrinthia, go figure, is an old town, the likes of which the Professor and Luke have never seen. Spella claims to be from this town. We're like, sure, but we'll see about that. And then Witches in London, the lesser-known sequel to Werewolves in London. Very, very little known. So much regret having a home line, yeah, I hear you. Witch broke into Professor Layton's study, snatched up Spella, and escaped into the night. Could this be the mysterious power she wields truly be witchcraft? So yeah, that was kind of weird. Also, there's an investigation happening because, apparently Spella was being helped out by a former student of Professor Layton's, whose name is Carmine Accidenti, which, oddly enough, was involved in a car accident. That's real strange that Carmine Accidenti was involved in a car crash, but, you know, whatever. He was being pursued by witches, and his car got, like, thrown up into a tree. It was really crazy. Anyway, that's all the information we have right now. It's time to get off. And so we're, like I said, we're sitting in the middle of a defense, or in a court, trying to defend Spella Cantabella. And Flinch over here is fantastic.
Defense, Mr. Wright, was it?
Yes, Prosecutor Flinch. I just realized my headphones are all the way up. That's why it was so loud. Hey, Mr. Wilson and Airhawk and everybody else for hosting. Appreciate it. I'm going to lower this just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Yeah, he's a professor of archaeology, Professor Layton is, I believe. Yes, at unnamed London University, right? I don't think there's any particular name for it. I get Twister for hosting as well. Yes, Professor Lynch. Prosecutor Flinch. I don't know. I said because we were talking about professors for some reason. Professor leaked into my brain.
Your appearance in this court was a very hastily decided affair.
That's true. That call from the Attorneys Association came out of nowhere. Huh. Yeah, she showed up on the bar this time. Go figure, right, Twister?
Perhaps in all the confusion, the request from your client escaped your attention. Were you not instructed to accept the sentence proposed by the prosecution?
Come to think of it, Miss Darklaw did say something about that before the trial.
She did. She said she's... You're right! It turns out she said...
She's pleading guilty, so there's not much you need to do. I suggest you accept the punishment proposed by the prosecution.
That's what you were asked to do? You have convinced us of all of your skills, so your good name will not suffer.
Yeah, also, it sounds like Phoenix was set up for this. Because like, we'll just have some bumbling asshole from the state side come in and completely bungle this case. And you know, and she'll be just found guilty and everything will be great. But thankfully, Phoenix Wright is not that kind of bumbling idiot. He's kind of the kind of bumbling idiot that'll bumble his way to a victory, as he always does. Because it's weird. Anyway.
Why not simply admit the defendant is guilty and call it a day,
What do you say to that, Mr. Wright? Depending on your stance in this matter, this court may now pass the verdict.
I have completely forgotten everybody's voice since we last played this. It's almost been a week. My stance? That's something I don't need to think twice about. Continue the trial! Fuck you! The defense requests that the trial continue.
What?
Also, just realized I have nowhere to put my my tea trap.
I got a trap for tea. See, it's right here.
If I can make it stop dripping tea. Where to put the tea trap? I need to figure out a place to put the tea trap. Try to launch Chrome, and all it does is open a small grain window that says Chrome in the bottom left. I would suggest reinstalling Chrome, or trying to open up an incognito tab and see if that fixes it. See, I got this lovely tea trap, but I don't know what to do with it. I shall stick it upon my speaker. I'm sure that's a good idea. The defense stands by its assertion that Espella Cantabella is not guilty. You've reinstalled it twice. That is kind of weird. I'm guessing you've restarted your PC as well, yes? You missed literally one stream of this so far, my reflection. Or are you talking about that you missed all of How to Find a Boyfriend, in which case, yes, you did.
Very well, Mr. Wright. If that's your desire, then I, too, have a request to make. Your Honor. Yes, Prosecutor Finch. The prosecution calls its second witness.
Hey, wait a second. What about me? Come on, guys. Don't forget about Johnny. Let me start off from the top. No detail omitted.
I suggest you leave the witness stand and go back to witnessing your crimes on television.
Ouch.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Poor Smiley. Johnny smiles.
I believe a break is in order. The court will now adjourn for a 15-minute break. Mr. Flinch, prepare your witness.
Hey, Zenus. How's it going? Just realized I should have my chat on the other screen. I should just bring it over here so I can actually see it right next to my capture here. Doesn't make any sense to be keeping it all over there. Also, this is the only view we're getting for this stream, but hopefully I'll eventually fix this and we'll actually have multiple perspectives such that we don't have like a third of this stream just covered up by the stupid little button down below for the bottom screen, you know? Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Anyway, thank you, Zetas Music, for hosting, by the way. Appreciate it.
Is that understood? Yes, Your Honor.
The defense has no objections. Looks like Flinch finally got serious about this case. And that means the real game starts now! God damn it. I hate it when the game starts. I was already playing the game. Why does it have to restart, man? To be continued! God damn it, that's not it at all! Oh, that's not nice. When is it gonna be continued? I don't even know. Okay. Do you want to save? Done. And we're saving under Nubton. Although I really should just get rid of the other three. I don't know what time it is for. It's been ages since I played this. Oh, now we're back to Phoenix. That first part's over. That witness was quite a character. My pizza was delicious, even though I couldn't stream it for you guys. I made a cabbage, garlic, capers, and smoked mozzarella pizza, and it was 100% more delicious than I think it had any right to be. Who throws that kind of shit on a pizza? That's ridiculous. It's too much. It's just too much. I didn't understand it. Not at all. Sorry, just take a brief look at everybody else streaming tonight. Skiz is having a nice view count tonight. That's good. Anyway. Hey, Colin. How's it going? I didn't know, like, there's no sauce for it. It was just cabbage and capers and garlic for like the base. It was real different. I actually enjoyed it.
I bet he'd love to be one. In a crime drama. He'd end up making it a comedy, though.
Ouch. You hearing the savagery being laid down by Maya here?
I'd hate it if poor Espella was found guilty because of his shaky testimony. But at least now it looks like we might be able to get Espella a not guilty verdict.
All capers do is add like a nice briny, salty flavor. Yeah, I hope that it cheered Espella up a bit. Oh, Darklaw's not happy. She gave us one job, and we didn't listen. I forgot about Darklaw.
She's reading my newspaper. How did she get that?
Maybe it's just me, but she doesn't look pleased. Uh-oh, she's looking at us! Just be cool, cool. Just be cool. We're just having a lovely time drinking some tea. You don't worry about it. Ah, it's hot! Ah, God, jeez. That was, no. Hi, Darklaw. How's it going? How you doing?
Oh, it's you. I appreciate your efforts, Mr. Wright.
Thank you.
But while I understand your drive to win this case...
Factory reset of what? You like your entire PC? I mean, you could try. You could like do a full reset on your Windows, but I don't know. Are you seeing any other issues there? Anyway. My drive? Hey, Denny. I haven't been going very long at all.
This is not the time for your personal ambitions.
I don't...
I told you before, didn't I? That Espella is pleading guilty, and that you should accept the proposed punishment.
Yes, because Espella definitely seems to be in her right mind to be declaring herself guilty.
This incident has already been settled between our school and the police.
But, Miss Darklaw, Espella could be innocent.
Believe me, it will be in Espella's best interest if you end the trial as soon as possible. The more this trial drags on, the more traumatic it is for this poor girl.
I'm sorry. She may be saying that she's guilty, but is she really?
Is she really?
In any case, Mr. Wright, we don't want our school being shoved into the limelight because of this case. So if you could please refrain from picking at meaningless details, such as that toy. Get this trial over with quickly. This is your client's wish, Mr. Wright.
You're right, though, Marissa. Why don't they just fire him? Why do they keep him in here? Like, oh man, we don't have any like live bodies that can handle being an idiot defense attorney right now. Why can't Darklaw do it, huh? Last name's fucking Darklaw. Just throw her in. It's like, yeah, I'm Darklaw. And you're like, yeah, it sounds good enough. What do you plead? Guilty. Fine. Done. Out of here. Next. I understand. I'll do my best.
It's a relief to hear that. Let's go, Espella.
Yes, Miss Darklaw. What the heck was that all about? We've been busting our butts in there trying to prove that Espella's innocent, and she expects us to just give up now?
Why are you yelling at me, Maya? You had your perfect opportune moment to yell at her when she was here. Now, why me? Why always me? Why I gotta take? Why do I have to take all the beating, huh? But when you think about it, Darklaw is acting very strange. You think?
Her own pupil's on trial, and she just stands around reading other people's newspapers.
Yeah, what she's so busy reading about anyway? There's nothing about Espella in that paper. And so obviously there's no reason to read the paper. Was she checking the soccer scores or something? They threw in that soccer bit just to say, hey, look at us, he's an American man person. Newspaper added to the court record. Maya's newspaper, the front page article is about jewel thieves in London. The break is almost over. We'd better go back. Flinch looked really confident about this new witness. I'm Espella's defense attorney. I'll stand by her no matter what. even if it means being fired by my defense, or my defendant.
Yeah.
How canon is this? Very not canon. I mean, it could be canon. It certainly really could be. It would fit in the lore just fine, because it doesn't really affect anything else in the series, but the fact that they don't reference it ever seems to indicate that it's not part of any sort of canon.
The court will now reconvene. Prosecution, is your witness ready? Of course, Your Honor. Bailiff, please bring her in.
Hi?
Witness, state your name and occupation.
My name is Olivia Ardente.
Ardente, huh?
Olivia Ardente.
Whoa,
The
that's...
warm winds of the Mediterranean Sea carry the spicy scent of a seafood stew.
Fine, but don't hold a knife like that, girl. I know dangerous knife play. Trust me, I stream cooking. And that is more dangerous than anything I've done before.
A hot Sicilian stew that soothes the hearts of sailors braving the raging waters.
Braving the raging waters.
That's about the best you're gonna get out of me, man.
Blessed be the Sicilian cuisine and il nostro mare.
Where'd you get the clam from?
Yes. Well, Miss Ardente is employed as a cook on the freighter where the crime happened. A cook? That's so interesting attire you were wearing, Miss Ardente.
This is my work outfit. It gets very hot in the kitchen, you know.
It will be a pleasant change after all the chocoholic guard. He got up my nose.
Ew. As to see the judges remaining impartial.
Miss Ardente discovered the defendant in the cargo hold when she went for supplies.
Yes, there is a face cam on a Phoenix Wright stream. Because I haven't figured out the good stuff there. Yeah, I'm a little confused too here, Marissa. The claves are an especially Spanish thing, not so much Italian. Not quite. She found a Spella? That would make her the crew member that Johnny saw fighting with Spella. What was she fondling with a knife there? Light voice acting, because it means whatever voice. Yeah, I know. It has to be at least a close approximation of what they are, right?
That is right, Mr. Wright. Miss Ardente was the first person to discover the intruder.
Although, most of the time I won't be able to do the voice, so I'll just make up one anyway. See Maya Fey, for example. You missed Apollo Justice, Fuxana, and you missed, Ace Attorney Investigations 1 and 2, but you've not missed Dual Destinies yet. Has it been that long since you've seen these? I suppose. I do suppose. Apollo was back in beginning of summer, man.
Then she is the victim of the assault. Hit with a steel pipe. How cruel.
If only I had my precious kitchen knife with me at the time.
Whoa! Did she make a fucking bridge out of potato? I think she made a bridge out of potato.
I'd have shown her my exceptional cutting skills. Nick, look at that! She's an expert potato peeler. You better watch out around her.
Oh shit! She knows how to peel potato like that. I'll keep that in mind. You realize the voice acting was not part of the game? Wait, really, Actea? I'm just making up shit as I go along.
Witness, we shall now hear your testimony. Describe to us what happened in the cargo hold.
Certamente. Gladly.
I think it was a little bit higher than that. I don't know why I brought it down. Witness testimony. I feel like she's gonna have more motion to her than any other character in this game just because they wanted them hips moving. When I found the girl.
I went to the cargo hold to check the supplies. It was past 10 p.m.
Oh god, I lost this accent already.
And I found that girl, right, hiding and clutching one of them Barzaro toys. She made as if to run away, so I tried to stop her. Then she grabbed a pipe. She shot, but fiercely swung the pipe at me. I tried to dodge, but she hit me on the head. I blacked out for a few minutes.
Yeah, the accent was pretty ambiguous. It was supposed to be Sicilian, but like, probably not. Something like a really stereotypical Italian mixed with a little bit of French. Yeah, instant she gets a little too close to the oven, though, or the stovetop, she's gonna just singe that poor belly.
According to the medical report, you suffered a laceration to your head, correct?
That. It is covered by the chef hat, so you can't see it now.
Then take off the chef hat, Jesus.
But when I chop up veggies, it hurts in the rhythm of the strikes. Chop, chop, chop.
That sounds most terrible, Miss Al Dente.
I should have been more careful, but she looked like a little piccola girl. Olivia's much taller than Espella.
Yeah, Spella's about the same size as you.
I may be short, but I'm well proportioned, and that's what matters.
Yeah, probably.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to present the decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt.
Uh-oh. Wow. Also, let me know if the voice is carrying off well enough. I learned today through a few auditions that I have a tendency to have too strong of S's when I speak. And so I'm hoping that if I don't speak directly into the microphone anymore, I can get rid of a lot of those S's. I can de-S my audio feed a little bit. So let me know if it's okay.
This is a photograph of the defendant's fingerprints on the steel pipe. As you can see, the fingerprints are very clear. They were left by the assailant. They've already been examined and found to be of the defendant.
Well, that settles it. This is undoubtedly decisive evidence, yes.
What? Also, his voice changed again for some reason. The fingerprints on the weapon were Spella's.
Just to put your inquisitive mind at peace, Mr. Wright, there are no other fingerprints. These photographs shall be added to the evidence, yes.
Fingerprint photo added to the court record. Detail time. I want to take a look at this thing. Please and thank you. I want to see it. Give it to me. Okay, so... let's see here. So in order to grab it, you'd have to grab it like this. Wait. That and like this? I guess it's like this and like... I don't know, something is very strange about this hand grip. And maybe I'm just losing sight of how it was done, but something feels off to me. Right? Like, it almost seems like they're on the opposite. They're cross-armed for some reason. That's real strange to me. Hey, Ms. Butter. How's it going? Oh, yeah, no. It was crazy Fuxana. That was a long time ago. Anyway.
Have I not warned you, Mr. Wright? Further examination was but a waste of time.
Nick, what do we do now? This evidence clearly points to Spella.
We're pleading that Spella's not guilty. And if she's innocent, then this witness is lying. All we have to do is expose that lie. I think they did, Marissa. I gotta think straight and focus on finding the truth.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
When I found the girl. Okay, went to the cargo hold to check supplies. It's past 10 p.m. We found that girl hiding and clutching one of the bizarro toys. Made as if to run away, so I tried to stop her. Then she grabbed the pipe. She's short, but she fearlessly swung the pipe at me. I tried to dodge. Okay, I want to find out more about this pipe grab. Hey, Bob. How's it going? What have you missed? They decided that the Johnny Smiles, the guy eating the chocolate bar, was a terrible witness, so he kicked him out, and we are now talking to a new witness. The person who actually got hit by, supposedly hit by Isabella Cantabella. The defendant tried to escape.
She had nowhere to run, though, because she was at the far end of the room. I'm really good at catching chickens that try to run from the knife, so I caught her rapidamente.
And when you caught her, things took a violent turn.
Yeah, she was so small, you know. You wouldn't think that she had it in her.
Must be someone who picks apart from us who just finished their stream because I'm getting a bunch of auto hosts now.
There was a steel pipe propped against the wall right next to her.
Was it the pipe from this picture?
Yeah. She picked it up and held it in both hands. And then...
See, I'm still curious. I'm wondering if the issue has something to do with this pipe. You're sure it was the defendant that swung the pipe at you?
Objection! Objection! We know it was the defendant because her fingerprints were found on the weapon.
I don't know. Something about this grip is screwing with me, and I haven't figured it out yet.
As you can see, she held the pipe with both hands, just as the witnesses stated.
Isabella's fingerprints. That's some hard evidence. But then again,
What is it, Nick?
there's something about those fingerprints.
Oh, it sounds like you're onto something, Nick.
Don't get too excited. It's just a hunch. These fingerprints, they don't look quite right to me for some reason. It definitely kind of feels like two left hands, like, because you grab it like that, and you grab it like, I don't know. This fella swung this pipe while holding it in both hands?
In any case, pray tell us what happened after the defendant took a swing at you.
You know what? I'm gonna present the pipe, the picture of the pipe here, and see what happens.
Objection!
Got it. I thought so. Yeah. Also, you hold it. You're right. You're totally correct. When you swing at somebody, you usually swing the heavy end at people, or swing it with the heavy end away from you, so it does more damage, right? You're claiming the defendant swung the pipe at you. Well, that's impossible.
Why do you say that, sweetie?
The defendant's fingerprints were found on the pipe. However, there's a contradiction here.
A contradiction? Impossible!
Yeah, no, the Phoenix Wright voice actor in this game sounds like a putz. I very much feel it. I don't know, Helium. I don't know what to tell you. You might want to go ahead and reset your windows.
That is most interesting. Well then, the defense shall explain. What in the photo of the fingerprints contradicts the testimony?
The location of the fingerprints, right? No, or it's the position of the fingerprints. Really, is that Sam Riegel? Honestly? It's the position of the fingerprints, Your Honor.
Oh, the position?
Hey, Gannon. According to the witness's testimony, the defendant held the pipe like this. In order to hit the witness on the head, she raised the pipe like so,
That is precisely what she did, yes.
And then she's struck from above. But here's the problem. Hey Trina, how's it going? Think about with the fingerprints that she would have left had she done just that.
What are you getting at, Mr. Wright?
Look closely at the way I'm holding the pipe. In this situation, the fingerprints would look like this. The thumb is above the other fingers.
Indeed, there's no doubt about it.
Very nice, Trina. It was a pretty damn good BB-8 pumpkin for what it was worth, so well deserved it. Now take a look at the fingerprints that were actually left on the pipe. Yeah, no, it's real weird. It's real strange.
Goodness, the thumb, it's below the other fingers. What?
That's right. Miss Al Dente. Also, like, when it comes to these Italian names, Al Dente, really? The chef is named Al Dente? Couldn't have looked up, like, I don't know, most common names in Italy or something?
What is it?
Had the defendant attacked you as you described, the fingerprints would have been the other way around. Which means something's not right with your testimony. Still doing that dance. She's al dente. Betty Spaghetti. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Order, order! What is the meaning of this? These fingerprints were submitted as decisive evidence. Yes. How come this contradiction was not brought to light before?
Because there's a dent in her head? No. It's al dente because she's pretending to be Sicilian and a chef. Makes sense. Miss Al Dente, what do you have to say about this? Eating the fingerprints, what? Eating fingerprints? What? Person named Hamburger. More or less, yeah. Also, she's really good juggling some shit, man. Excuse me, Miss Al Dente? Look at her go! It's a goddamn giant shrimp in there. That must be really hard to juggle with the rest of those things.
Not out to bring out the full sweetness of a sweet potato.
Huh?
You use a pinch of salt. Interesting, right? You use salt to make something taste sweeter.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, it did not sound like Sam Riegel. I was curious about that. I'm not following.
I remember it now. It was the other way around, not as you'd expect it.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I got a bit confused. You normally hold the pipe like that. But she's so small and the pipe is heavy. She held it the other way.
What? What do you mean she held it the other way?
The other way?
Not like this.
Yeah, how is that gonna get you in the head, though? What did she, like, knock you, like, gunk? Like, what are you doing there? So I think he does a better job in the other two games than the guy in this one does.
She held it in this way.
Objection! But you testified that she fiercely swung the pipe at you.
I'm telling you, I got confused. Olivia's sorry, okay?
How could you mistake the way she held the pipe if she was right in front of you?
Oh, why don't you go fry an egg? What does it matter if she held it one way or another? You wouldn't call a slightly salted sweet potato a salty potato, because it's still a sweet potato no matter what you add.
Shut up!
The witness probably has a point, doesn't she, Mr. Wright? I don't actually hear it, but I believe she has one, somewhere. so the defendant attacked the witness, holding the pipe backhanded, yes. It seems a bit unnatural, but it does make sense, I suppose.
I know, I was like, just shut up with the sweet potato metaphor. Just stop, man.
Indeed it does, Your Honor. There is no problem with this evidence at all. Does the defense agree?
If I agree there are no problems with this evidence, we'll be one step away from losing this case. There's gotta be a contradiction somewhere in that fishy testimony. Could Aspella have hit Olivia holding the pipe backhand? No. Fuck off.
Objection!
Well, Miss Al Dente, I'm afraid that you're in a pickle now. Ha ha ha! I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't really see why.
Adding a pack of lies to a testimony can turn things very sour for a witness. See what I'm doing there? Should be the food puns, and I'm trying to. Anyway,
It would seem the defense is prepared to prove its claim. That there is a contradiction in this witness's testimony, yes.
correct, Your Honor. I won't know until I try.
The defense shall now present evidence to the court. Yes. The evidence contradicting the assertion that the defendant hit the witness holding the pipe backhanded is.
Evidence contradicting the assertion that the defendant hit the witness holding the pipe back. Oh, because the head thing. Yeah, goofs. The medical report. The laceration to the back of the head. You idiot.
Take that!
Miss Al Dente, you previously testified that you were using that hat to cover the wound you received in the assault.
It's normal for signorinas to cover up things they don't want others to see.
Nah, Fluffy, I think we get 2 pages later on. That's not all. Although I will say in this game, without spoiling much else, testimony is very important in this particular game, even more so than usual. They have actually a pretty interesting feature later on. You also described the defendant as little, if you recall. That is to say, Miss Cantabella is, at the very least, shorter than you. Also, stop kissing that knife. You don't know where it's been.
I've grown tall and healthy thanks to the wonderful Mediterranean sunshine.
Let me ask you then. How did a girl shorter than you, holding a heavy pipe backhanded, manage to land a blow to the back of your head? I'd say it's impossible. She doesn't seem too concerned about it. The fingerprints on this weapon show that the defendant held it backhanded. But even if she didn't, it's highly unlikely she'd be able to hit Miss Al Dente's head like that. What is the British version of the rabbling? No, this is not Blind Tacos Con Carne, but it's been a while since I barely remember this game at all. I played it 3 years ago when I was at the World Championship for First Robotics, and that was a whirlwind of a weekend, so I barely recall any of this. I just remember the main mechanic of the fights in court.
Order! We'll have order, yes, sir. What is the defense getting at?
Objection!
Is Hobie Shadow getting trolled? What do you mean?
Even if it is highly unlikely, it could not be proven that it was impossible. Miss Cantabella's fingerprints were found on that pipe, Your Honor. Nothing can change that fact that it was the defendant who held the weapon. Nobody!
I don't know about this guy's voice, but it's still fun.
That is so, yes.
Show the badge more often in this game, maybe. I don't think you present evidence very often, if I remember correctly.
Does the defense have any comments? Yes.
I can't deny that. It's clear that Isabella did hold that pipe.
She held it like this, right? Why would she do that? It'd be hard to hit anyone like this.
When she holds it like that, it looks as if...
The court recognizes the validity of the prosecution's objection, yes. Fingerprints on the weapon prove that it was, used by the defendant.
Objection!
The defendant's fingerprints may be on the pipe. However, she hit herself with the pipe. She's like, she couldn't handle the situation. She was too stressed out. She just went wham right in the chest. Stomach, actually. That's kind of where it would, where the end of that pipe would end up. That doesn't prove she hit anyone with it.
Objection!
I think that still might be my favorite objection in all the games.
Objection! Nonsense! What else would she pick up a steel pipe for?
Objection!
Oh, I think I got a pretty good idea.
Well then, the defense may elaborate on its idea, yes.
What I say next will turn this trial around. The defendant's fingerprints were left on the weapon when she tried to defend herself. Well, naturally. She held the pipe with both hands when she stopped it from coming down on her head.
You stopped it?
I was to say we could look up, we could go look up Maya's age right now, but we absolutely cannot, apparently.
Stopped it? With both hands?
That's right, like this.
Please take another look at this photo. These are not the fingerprints of an assailant, but rather the fingerprints of a victim who is defending herself.
Oh shit. Time could be from Zilfon.
Which brings us to the conclusion that Miss Cantabella didn't attack the witness. She was in fact a victim, desperately trying to defend herself.
This cannot be!
If Miss Cantabella was a victim, who was the real assailant? There's only one person who could have done it. Was it Smiley? The only other person at the crime scene was Olivia Al Dente. Oh, you're attacking her, right. For some reason I thought we were still talking about Al Dente having a laceration on her head. It was you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Order! 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 If I cannot have order, my cult will be adjourned.
Who's this? Who's talking? You? Oh God, this poor eel! Look at him go! He's like, no, 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 no! Why am I even here? Why am I even here? She's got like an aquarium below her.
You just don't quit, do you?
Ah! Oh. Ah! Ooh!
A lousy lawyer like you should get the chop. How about I show you my knife up close?
Objection!
Have you lost your mind, Mr. Wright? The witness is the victim, not the assailant. Also, please stop trying to use our witness stand as a chopping block. There are no fingerprints other than the defendant's on the weapon.
Objection!
Wriggle eel! Wriggle for your life! Look at the witness's outfit. She's wearing gloves. Oh, I thought. I was like, are we gonna like shame her for her clothing right now? That's kind of weird. She's wearing gloves. That's why she left no fingerprints.
Ah, you prickly sea urchin.
Objection! But you cannot be sure that she was wearing gloves that night.
Objection! The witness has called this her work outfit, so she must have been wearing it when she went to check supplies.
Hold it!
You devious lawyer. Slippery as an eel. It was me because I had gloves on. As if it was only me wearing gloves.
She is the only one in the courtroom wearing gloves.
Thank you, Maya.
There was that guy, the guard. He was wearing gloves too.
The guard? Oh, yes, was that the previous witness? Yes, of course. Oh, that's right. Gloves are part of the guard's uniform by regulation.
Do we all know this? Is this just a thing that is well known in like Europe?
See, that guard Johnny, he was wearing gloves that night too.
I'm still failing in her voice, I'm sorry.
And what do you say to that, Mr. Wright? Since you're claiming that the assailant is the person who had the gloves on, well, that would make the guard suspect as well, yes.
Could Johnny be the culprit?
Nah.
Johnny Smiles is not the culprit.
Why not? Anyone with gloves could have done it. Didn't you just say that?
No, I didn't. You said it.
It does seem plausible that the guard could have done it. He was wearing gloves, after all.
I'm afraid that's impossible, Your Honor. And I have proof.
You do?
Fascinating. Let's just see this proof if you really have it.
Hey, just Gonix.
Please enlighten us as to why Smiles cannot be the culprit. Provide the proof.
Oh, the chocolate. It's the chocolate. Ah, yes. I remember when he was eating chocolate.
Mr. Smiles is, to put it nicely, what you may call a free spirit. Thank you, Just Gonix, for hosting, by the way. There's no guarantee he would follow the rules and wears the full uniform. And this evidence proves he did not wear gloves, or if he did, he was really shitty about it. Missed much of this case? This particular case? Yes, Just Gonix.
Wait! Don't throw that filthy torch at me!
Will someone please wipe the chocolate off this evidence?
No, Your Honor. This chocolate is the evidence.
What?
Mr. Smiles was snacking on a chocolate bar during his patrol. That's why his flashlight is in this sorry state. I think the biggest point of this case right now is Espella Cantabella is this kind of girl that's tying both Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton together right now. Professor Layton tried to save her from witches earlier, and now we're defending her in court for the assault of the woman in the witness stand right now. And she seems to be not in her right mind, Espella. So we're that's kind of where we're at right now. We're trying to dig her out, despite the fact that a mysterious woman by the name of Darklaw is trying to get her convicted guilty, and she's supposedly like the guardian of Espella right now. That's why his flashlight is in this sorry state, and covered in his chocolatey fingerprints. Therefore, we know that he didn't wear gloves when patrolling the ship that night. I have no idea, Fluffy. We'll just have to see soon enough. Rule-breaking, chocolate-loving Johnny Smiles was not the culprit.
What? That's ridiculous. It's too silly.
Yeah, it is, but that's standard Phoenix Wright fare, so.
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense has merely pointed out a possibility.
To call this witness a criminal without actual evidence against her is preposterous.
That voice is gonna be gone by the end of the stream if he's gonna keep talking like this.
Objection!
The prosecution's duty is to clear what doubts there may be regarding the defendant's guilt.
Ah! Woo! Hey! Woo!
Sorry, just that eel is really like deft at making sure he avoids those chops. Look at him go. Also, I love the little like he does on the second swing. First swing there, then anyway. And I've demonstrated that there is, at the very least, a possibility that the witness is not telling the truth.
Objection!
Yes, I am voice acting the eel.
At the very least, Espella Cantabella is not innocent. As corroborated by the PC Badger, that toy she attempted to steal.
What was that? Did Olivia just freeze for a second? Hey, Makoto, how's it going?
Prosecutor Flinch, explain to the court about this toy, this new piece of evidence, yes. This is the stuffed toy the defendant tried to steal that night. One of its legs would appear to be missing. Oh, the poor thing. This mishap befell the PC Badger as the witness and the defendant were fighting. The captain of the freighter reported the damage after the defendant's arrest.
Is that even enough to make it like out of small claims court? I stole a $20 stuffed animal, Your Honor. I solemnly swear that I'll never do it again. Ah, no, sir. So this is the stuffed animal Olivia snatched from Espella. Well, like $200 fine and slap on the wrist? Get out of here.
I see, yes. The court would like to hear the witness's testimony regarding this evidence, yes.
Still watching too much Critical Role, so I just have Tiberius's voice stuck in my head for him.
Witness, your testimony. Oh! Hey! Excuse me. Witness, you've been asked to testify. Ooh. Ah.
Where did the eel go? Why is the eel gone?
I'm so very sorry. I got a little upset from all these accusations. I'm not used to this, to being called a liar.
Ah, yes, it is only natural. Don't worry about that. It's all that slimy attorney's fault.
Why do I feel like an eel on a chopping board?
The witness will now testify, yes. Tell us how to retrieve this toy from the defendant.
Grande. O il nostro mare.
Farinax Vixana. Interesting.
I wonder what she's saying. I don't get it.
Whatever she said, I'll make sure this is the last time that she says it in court. Wow. Witness testimony. Let's go. About PC Badger.
I wrestled this toy back from that thief and then gave it to the police. When I found that girl, I thought I couldn't let her get away with our precious cargo. Naturalmente, I had to get that toy back from her first. Its leg got ripped off though. But there is no way I could have attacked her with the pipe. I was holding the toy in one hand. I don't remember much about when I was hit, but I got the toy back at the least.
Okay. How much is this PC Badger worth? It ain't worth your life, girl. Just let it take it.
Oh, I see. What a commendable attitude, yes. Going to such lengths to protect the cargo, yes.
I may not be a security guard, but I'll do what it takes for the sake of our sheep.
It didn't do much good in the end. This PC Badger is way too damaged to be sold.
These lovely little toys are made at a workshop in London. We transport them down the River Thames, distributing them to children as we go.
Didn't you call them bizarro toys earlier? Now suddenly they're cute?
And what about fingerprints on this toy, yes? It is a soft toy after all, so no usable fingerprints were found. Well, that is unfortunate, yes. Regardless, this court accepts it in evidence.
It's not an egg, Bob, it's a potato. Very important distinction. You don't peel eggs like that. So, stolen toy added to the court record.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness, yes.
About PC Badger. Alright. So this toy back from that thief and then gave it to the police. When I found that girl, I thought I couldn't let her get away with the precious cargo. Naturalmente. Leg got ripped off, though. So knew I could have tagged her with the pipe. She was holding the toy. I was holding the toy in one hand. Okay, I want to know this right here. I had to get that toy back from her first. Its leg got ripped off, though. How'd it get ripped off? The stuffed animal's leg got ripped off when you two were fighting? I mean, wasn't that, Ace Attorney Investigations 1, Trina? More or less?
Yeah, it came off easier than the shell of a freshly boiled lobster.
No, they even remarked that Maya remarked that she was a master potato peeler. It's definitely a potato. Let's see. This thing does seem kind of flimsy.
Stop picking on PC Badger. Maybe a plushie, but that's no reason to make fun of him.
It's not made very well, though. Looks like it might just come apart if you pull it a bit.
I ripped it out of the girl's hands and kept it with me until the police came.
Nothing, huh? The pipe, I was holding the toy in one hand.
Hold it!
Let's try that. Expert, yeah, it's true. It was very, very important. So you didn't hit the defendant with this steel pipe?
Aren't you forgetting who is the victim here, sweetie? I am. And I didn't strike myself with that pipe. Aren't you getting things backwards? Feeling dizzy? Maybe you haven't been eating properly.
She's right. I have had a rather meager diet lately. Also, someone else must have hit her.
Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but...
I don't remember much about when I was it, but I got the toy back at least. By that girl, I thought I could let her go with my precious cargo. This, precious cargo was picked up from London?
Yeah, that workshop where they make them is by the River Thames. We come to pick up the cargo regularly.
As it's a regular direct delivery service, we do not see the need to investigate the cargo.
If you confiscated our cargo for inspection, I wouldn't be able to carry out my cooking experiments.
Confiscate? What the heck is she cooking with exactly? Seriously.
I think we can all see how committed Miss Aldente is to her work.
Commitment and passion are the main ingredients of every dish I cook.
Okay, let's start looking around. Maybe we can find something here. Wait a second. Are you seeing a problem here? I'm seeing a problem here. Are you seeing a problem here? There's an issue here. The tag torn from the PC Badger, Isabella is clasping in her hand when she was seized by Smiles. Then why, pray tell, is there a badge on this badger? I don't know where to present it, though. So that's it, huh?
Well, Nick,
This one's easy, I know what to do. There's a clear contradiction in Olivia's testimony. It's just time to present some evidence and expose her lies. I guess right here, actually. Because they're showing specifically the picture of the badger there. And I don't agree because of this.
objection!
Got it. I didn't realize they actually literally showed a picture of it in the first one. Miss Al Dente, I would like to confirm just one thing. The stuffed animal you submitted to the police, is it this one?
Yeah, that's the one. No doubt about it.
I'm sorry, but if that's the case, things simply don't add up.
What doesn't add up?
If it is about the leg, it's the girl's fault. It got ripped off because she wouldn't let go.
They changed up Makoto, specifically for this game, and they did not keep the same voice actor for Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice. The problem is not something that's missing from this stuffed animal. On the contrary, it's something that shouldn't be there in the first place.
It's something that shouldn't be there.
And that is, of course, this item. Yeah, I feel like they took Phoenix's model and they made him a little bit more Professor Layton-y. I think that's the thing. Like, everybody in the Phoenix Wright world is a little bit stockier, just in general.
That's...
This is the final piece of evidence received from the guard, Mr. Smiles.
When I seized the girl at the crime scene, she was clasping this in her hand. She didn't even seem to notice.
And what would that be? It would appear to be the PC Badger's tag, Your Honor.
Strange, isn't it? Something was definitely ripped off of this plushie. But it wasn't its leg. It was the tag. You noticed it too, didn't you, Miss Al Dente? If this is the stuffed animal that Miss Cantabella was holding when you found her, then why is the tag still on it?
Yeah!
Sounded like she was like trying to do a flying kick instead of like being in danger.
Order! I will have...
Hey, you tasteless-looking prosecutor over there.
It wasn't even her voice at all.
Yes?
What's this about the tag? You didn't tell me anything about that.
If you please calm down.
Looks like she's no longer al dente. Looks like she's a little overdone. Those noodles are gonna be slimy. It's no use blaming the prosecutor. He didn't even know this tag existed.
Objection! Witness, I have not been informed of such evidence. If you had this in your possession, why didn't you just hand it to the police?
Sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I'm an expert at what I do. And my expert advice to myself was that I'd better keep this as my secret weapon. So I waited for the right moment and single-handedly settled this trial.
For better or for worse, this tag's existence has only recently come to light. Neither the prosecution, nor you, Your Honor, knew about it before this trial.
Gah!
But then, why is there a tag on this toy? Yes. How come this toy has a tag?
The answer is simple. There is a tag on the stuffed animal because the toy was swapped. There's only one possibility. Miss Al Dente, before handing the plushie into the police, you swapped it for another.
Gah! Listen to yourself. Why would I even do something like that? Ridiculous! And that's right, the tag must be a fake.
A fake? Why would you think that?
The chocolate freak must be trying to frame me, is what it is.
Objection!
Mr. Smiles has no motive to do something like that. I was gonna say, like, why? Aha! Look at this! I have a tag! Aha! And then he walks away, like,
Yes, the whole place will be in a chaos. Ha ha ha.
why?
Objection!
No motive.
It doesn't require much thinking to come up with one. He wanted attention. Yes, that's what he said. They got a line to show off. That's all there is to it.
Did Johnny produce bogus evidence to draw attention to himself? Can we say no? Like, that sounds weird. It's an interesting theory, but it's impossible.
And how do you know? I'll dice you like an onion.
Anyway, was Mr. Smiles lying? There's an easy way to find out.
What? How do you plan to check it?
By checking the fingerprints, of course.
Fingerprints? Gah!
According to Mr. Smiles' testimony, when he sees Miss Cantabella, she was holding the tag in her hand. Therefore, her fingerprints should still be on that tag. Aha. Yeah, maybe we should take that knife away from her now? Maybe?
Bailiff, have this evidence investigated immediately.
That was awesome, Nick. We've almost got her now.
Mr. Flinch, I have a question for you.
What is it?
When you searched the crime scene, did you find a toy without a tag?
Well, Mr. Flinch, did you?
No, we, considering the circumstances, it did not seem necessary to investigate quite so thoroughly. But at the very least, I can tell you that all the toys in the crate had tags on.
Ooh. Excuse me, Your Honor.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
It appears that no stuffed animal was found without a tag. Which means that it may still be hidden at the crime scene. Your Honor, the defense requests that the ship be searched thoroughly this time. We'll wait, I guess. Send a forensics team there immediately.
You're requesting another search?
Objection!
What? Surely you can't be serious? Whether the toy was swapped or not, it doesn't matter in the least. They're all the same. Any of them will do just fine.
That is exactly why it's important. All these plushies are the same. There's no need to swap one for another. The question is, why did it happen? And yet, why is the witness getting so worked up about it?
That's just...
How about this for a sweep? I had a feeling there was something odd about this case. As like there's like this cameraman like eating a sandwich and doing this nice pan around him. A stolen stuffed animal and an assault connected to it. There had to be more to it. The dog seems to think so. There had to be another crime under the surface. See, that's what you couldn't do in the 2D version of this game, man.
Nick!
This is it. What should I do? Request the search, you goof. Your Honor, the defense insists on a search. Should a plushie without a tag be found on the ship, then there's a strong possibility that this case will be resolved.
Objection! The prosecution does not acknowledge the need for...
Sorry? Jesus! Where'd you get that fish from?
You can't!
What are you gonna do with that fish?
No, you can't search it again! You just can't!
Okay, fine, Jesus! Just put a fish away! Just put away the fish! It's a big fish! It's still alive, too! You put that fish back!
Witness?
Miss Al Dente, why did you swap the stuffed animal? Why'd you swap the eel for the fish? And why are you so afraid of having the ship searched? PC Badger holds all the answers. Well, she's not gonna miss that one, I don't think.
I say, Mr. Wright, could it be that you are already to know the reason behind the swap?
Of course, I don't have any definitive proof. But when it comes to pointing out a possibility, I might have something. Do I?
Very well then, let's see some evidence, yes. Do you have any evidence that would explain why Miss Dente is against the search?
I guess we'll start at the top and work our way down. Cantabella charges theft and assault, inflicted light injuries. Crime scene photo. Nothing in particular strikes me here. Torch, fuck the torch, torn tag. The front page article is about a jewel thieves in London. Wait, really? I mean, it's the only piece of evidence we haven't used yet. Maybe?
Take that!
There's a certain article in this newspaper. Elusive jewel thieves at large in London. Scotland Yard on red alert.
Oh, that robbery. Yes, I've heard about it, of course, yes. A group of thieves robbed a jewelry shop and made away with about 50 pieces of jewelry, yes. Many extremely valuable stones were stolen as well. Scotland Yard's under great pressure to find them. All packages sent from London are being scrutinized by the police. And what does this have to do with our case? Nothing!
I beg to differ, because the Phoenix Wright luck is strong forever. The jewel theft took place in London, which is a very big city. It's like saying, yes, that murder occurred in San Francisco, and we are in San Francisco, so these two must be connected, obviously. It's a big city, man. London's a big town. That's where our freighter picked up its cargo.
In London? It can't be. Witness?
Uh-oh. He's freaking out. That night, you discovered the defendant in the cargo hold. She was holding one of the plushies. You knew you had to get it back. How close are we gonna zoom up to her face? You had to get it back at all costs. But why go so far for a mere plushie? Getting too close. This is getting uncomfortable. Layton! There's only one possible reason. You couldn't afford to have the police discover what was inside of it. Look out! Wow! Oh, shit! Well, I guess... K.O. It's a hell of a fish.
We have just received a report from the team investigating the crime scene. This toy was hidden between a strange unit and a pipe. Storage unit, of course. Sorry. Ah! The toy has been cut open and the contents examined. And this is found inside. A pink diamond worth approximately 100,000 quid. We've also received a report from the crime lab. The defendant's fingerprints have been found on the tag.
Do you have anything to say, Miss Al Dente? She's got a pretty kick-ass new tattoo.
I lost, didn't I?
So you are a...
Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm one of the jewel thieves. My role was to get the loot out of London. The police never checked the regular shipments from their workshop. We decided to take advantage of that blind spot.
Indeed, the regular direct delivery service has been overlooked by the police. Possibly because that workshop produces the very mascots representing the police.
A little bit of nepotism there, huh?
The other crew had nothing to do with it. I used their ship, that's all.
It was you who hid the jewels inside the plushies?
There is one jewel in each toy. I was carrying them away one by one.
The defendant happened to pick up one of those toys up.
I had my heart stand still when I saw that girl in the cargo hold. Whenever I was free, I stood guard in front of that room, and yet she got in somehow. So there she was in the room with the hidden loot, one of the toys in her hand.
So how did Isabella get in there?
Hey, Watch Twitch. How's it going?
I don't know if she was trying to steal the toy or what. But I just had to get it back from her, no matter the cost. Then I entered in a different toy. I made it look like it was ripped in the fight. It would have been over for me if the police had found any of the jewels.
That is true. What does that have to do with witchcraft? Nothing right now, Program Ninja. Very much grounded in reality at the moment.
But wait, who was it in the end? Who hit Olivia?
Oh, I almost forgot about that. Oops.
At first, I thought it must have been that little girl that hit me. But now I don't know.
Tenor bass, baritone bass. You don't know?
No one else was supposed to be in that room.
Alto soprano tenor.
But what if there was someone in the shadows?
Shadows.
Some mischievous person hidden in the darkness.
Mystery!
This is a most unusual case, yes. It cannot be said that all mysteries have been resolved, but it has become clear that Miss Canterbury is indeed innocent. Ugh. Well then, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
It would seem that I owe you thanks for helping us see the truth, yes.
No need to thank me, Your Honor. I was just doing my job. Like I always do. Yeah, we actually found, like, real ass, like, lawyer work sort of happened here this time.
Is that really the smartest thing you could have come up with?
And, Mr. Flinch. Yes, Your Honor. This trial was part of the League of Attorneys exchange program, wasn't it? May this trial serve as a lesson for you, too. Is that understood?
Oh. It is as you say, Your Honor.
Oh, his little baby eyes.
Don't look! Without my glasses, I can't see and I don't want to be seen. Where are you?
Anyway,
Well done, yes. The court has reached its verdict. I pronounce the defendant Speller Cantabara.
Yay! Woo! Hey, look! Gumshoe followed us across the Atlantic to make confetti. I don't think he's okay. I think he's in trouble.
Congratulations! You did it, Nick!
Yeah, thanks. I guess I should be happy. I know, we'll do a break just as soon as we get through all this. I guess I should be happy. But Darklaw's cold gaze is staring daggers through me.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're better than I thought. Had I known you earlier, I would have asked you to prove the Speller innocent from the very start.
I'm glad you're happy about the verdict.
Miss Speller, come and thank Mr. Wright. Thank you, Mr. Wright.
Glad I could help?
Hey, Speller. What's that big book you got there? Oh, please forgive her. She's a bit shy, you see. She's very fond of books. At any rate, now Speller can return to a peaceful life at her boarding school. And it's all thanks to your hard work, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, I think it is the book.
Now, please excuse us. We have some formalities to attend to.
What is this new emote? You speak of dead bastard. Why is there a line in the middle of it, though? I'm confused by the line. Why is there a line? We'll have to come up with some of my face for emotes, especially if we ever get partnered. That's sad. Oh, yes, of course. Alright, dead bastard.
Mr. Wright, you are truly outstanding in that courtroom today. Farewell.
Oh no. I don't like her disappearing like this. It's finally over.
You know, something is still bothering me about this case.
Huh?
The person who hit Olivia. Where did they go?
That's true. We don't know who actually assaulted Olivia. It wasn't Espella. There must have been another person at the crime scene.
Maybe it was a witch.
Maybe burn her.
But neither Olivia nor Johnny saw anyone else.
The room was dark, save for the emergency light. I'm sure someone hid in the shadows. And Johnny was wearing sunglasses. I'm amazed he saw anything at all. He missed all those clues, so it's not much of a stretch to imagine he missed the perpetrator, too. How about we head back now?
Okay, let's go check out Tower Bridge while we still have some daylight left.
Oh,
Voice work?
What is it, Maya?
there, on the couch. Isn't that Espella's book?
She left the book behind. Oh no!
It is the book she was holding. We should return it to her.
We should. Because we're responsible
Nick.
adults.
Let's see what kind of stuff Espella likes to read.
Okay, Maya. Let's not get too crazy here.
Just quit it, Maya.
Labyrinthia, huh?
What?
Huh?
Huh? Maya, look!
Huh?
Whoa! Why are those
Hey,
two
Nick,
there?
Look, that's us, isn't it?
The book keeps eating people. It's like Little Shop of Horrors, ain't it? This book is gonna kill everybody. Anyway, to be continued, which we will do after a short break here. I'm just gonna go get myself some new something, maybe more tea. I think I want more tea. And yeah, look at all those extra points we just got ourselves. 400 points. Oh baby. We're gonna save, and when we come back, like I said, we'll continue and see what happened to both Professor Layton and Luke, and Phoenix Wright and Maya. Now that both have supposedly been sucked into this book. All right, see you, Just Conics. So yeah, don't go nowhere except Just Conics. You can go to bed. Everybody else, you're sticking around. BRB. BRB. There we go. Took a minute.